is pleased to present tonight's Strathaven football game. Tonight's game is between your 6-1 Strath Panthers and the 1-6 Harriton Rams.
They give to the near side. Ali with a head of steam, cuts it back. The one man to beat. Oh, nearly does, but out across the 50. It is Rogers, steps up, fires to the far sideline. It is intercepted by Grayson LaFrance.
Tonight's game is sponsored by the Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper, true local coverage of Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding neighborhoods. Published since 1893. Steve Tobbs, Allstate Insurance and Media. Auto, Home, and Life. You're in good hands with Allstate. Second Family Home Care and Support for your very special loved ones. Rose Tree Wellness Center. Complete chiropractic treatments featuring ART therapies in Media. We get to the root of the problem. Ducklings Early Learning Center in Wallingford. Daycare for ages 6 weeks to 5 years. Jessica Mudrick, a Caldwell Banker Realtor, where your home story begins. Scar Pagnato Plumbing, over 20 years experience for all your plumbing needs in Wallingford. Proud Haven supporters Mary and Larry Luter, go Haven! Ask, alumni and friends supporting kids, helping students K-12 to enhance their educational experience. AMF Auto Clinic, taking care of your cars since 1961. Located in Brookhaven on Edgemont Avenue. Fisher's finest flag football for boys and girls. America's fastest growing youth sport. The Wharton Benefits Group, specializing in creating employee benefit packages to attract, retain, and award the best employees. Here are tonight's internet announcers, the voices of the Strathaven Panthers, Brian Carroll, Pete Fulgenetti, Andrew Kaufman, and Mike Mayer.
If you look at the records on paper, you'd think tonight's contest between Harriton and Strathaven may not be much of a contest at all, and it may turn out that way, but still, 24 hours ago, a lot of people thought the Eagles and Giants wouldn't be much of a game either, and surprise, surprise, it's been an angry day in the Delaware Valley if you're a Philadelphia sports fan. So tonight, the Panthers on the road for the second straight week, taking on a one-win Harriton team, but still needing to stay sharp to give themselves a shot at a share of the Central League title and a big-time spot in the 5A District 1 playoffs just 3 weeks away from tonight. Good evening, everybody. Another beautiful Friday night for high school football here in Villanova, Pennsylvania, where Harriton are hosting your Panthers. And I'm glad to bring it to you here on havenfootball.net. I'm Brian Carroll doing the play-by-play. And joining me, as always, Pete Fulgenetti, Andrew Kaufman, and Mike Mayer here in the booth. So looking forward to seeing if the Panthers can keep this incredible defense going here. The Panthers third in the state of Pennsylvania in terms of points allowed per game, allowing just over 4 points per game in the first 7 weeks. And for a Harriton team that has struggled to put points on the board since their Week 1 opening victory over Kensington, the Panthers expect, again, another night where the defense could dominate. But Pete, last week, Conestoga, on paper, thought, hey, that could be, a runaway type of a game. But still, the Panthers, even with a 35-0 victory, still had some things to clean up as you went through the game last week and looked at some turnovers and some things on offense that they'd like to do a little bit better.
Yeah, if you see the score, 35-0, you think, wow, it's one-sided and all. And it mostly was, but the Panthers made two critical turnovers that stopped drives, and Coach Clancy's got to clean that up, because when you get into the tougher at the end of the season, the last game is Springfield, and then you get into the playoffs, if you turn the ball over twice in those games, you're probably not going to win them.
So tonight, Panthers looking for a little bit of cleanup on the offensive side, and the defense, as I mentioned, looking to put together or keep that run of shutouts going, have just been absolutely fantastic all season long. So, speaking of the defense, Panthers missing a couple of key starters tonight. Grayson LaFrance out of action tonight, as well as number 3 Landon Barlow. But perhaps the biggest guy out of action tonight for the Panthers, defensive assistant Jim Connor. If you're home watching this one, we're thinking about you, but he will not be here at the field tonight, and hope to get him back to good health very soon. Speaking of good health, we're looking for Mike Clancy to get back on the camera next week as well. So we thank Bill Clancy for taking care of the camera upstairs tonight, and of course Dean Michelson handling things below us with the camera from the bleachers. So looking forward to good football here tonight from the Panthers, who are approaching the field now in their road whites. Head coach Kevin Clancy leading them onto the field, and the Panthers with the silver helmets, black pants, and black numerals on the front and back of the jerseys. Coach Clancy has been here since 1991, and with the win last week over Conestoga pushes his career record to 373 wins, 306 of them at Strath Haven. So in the meantime, we've got the Panthers just making their way onto the field. A little bit of a different setup than we're used to here at Harriton. Thank you to everybody at Harriton for getting us set up in the booth. The Panthers are on the home sideline, just a little bit unusual. They'll be on the bench directly below us, where the home team, Harriton, this year has decided to set up over on the far sideline away from the bleachers. So for whatever reason, that's the way we are set up here at Harriton. And here come the silver and black, your second place team at the moment in the Central League. A game behind Ridley and Springfield at the moment atop the league. Ridley with a big one tonight, taking on Haverford, and we will try to get scores from there, as well as Radnor and Springfield, as well as Upper Darby, Garnet Valley, and of course a big one in 5A for playoff hopes and possible significant seeding shifts. Marple Newtown is on the bubble. They probably need to win out, and that would start tonight if they can knock off Pencrest, who is also fighting now for a possible playoff home game. So lots to talk about. We'll chat that up a little bit later as the broadcast goes on, but we posted our District 1 5A playoff projection yesterday morning, and lots to think about around District 1 in terms of results. The wins and losses will obviously impact what's going on come Halloween night when the district playoffs start 3 weeks from now. Pete, we got you mentioned some things to clean up on offense. What do you think about the defense the last couple weeks?
Well, when you're giving up 4 points a game, and we've scored 180 or almost 200 points. It's an amazing thing. I mean, their defense has been very, very strong. One of the good parts is we've stayed fairly healthy. We lost a couple of guys for a couple of games. We've gotten them back and lost another one, but it seems like if you can stay healthy, you can be real good here. Again, this defense is fast. They're quick. They're not big. We've played teams this year, beat them with smaller. Our team has been a smaller squad, but we're beating them with tackling ability and with speed to the outside especially.
Well, Panthers will look to do that tonight against a spread offense for Harriton, who is making their way onto the field tonight. Senior night here at Harriton High School. 10 football seniors playing their final home game of the season. And head coach, second-year man, Mario Datillo, in his second year after Harriton a few years ago took a 2-year hiatus from Central League participation in football only. So, as a way to try to build up the program and get kids excited again, the league granted them a 2-year break where they scheduled an independent schedule for a couple of years. Went in 2022, went 4-6, 2023, 5-5. But then their return last year to the Central League was some tough sledding. Winless a year ago in the league. They are winless in the league thus far this year, but did have that opening week win, a 43-18 victory over Kensington in week 1, where tonight the lineup will look just a little bit different. We'll get to that in just a moment as the captains make their way to midfield. But watching that Kensington game in week 1, they've got a couple of guys that can really catch the ball and are a threat to run after the catch, and a couple of them are heading out towards midfield now. Number 3, back from injury, senior co-captain Trey DeMarco on your left. Number 15 is Jonah Lockwood. He's another guy who can break some tackles and unfortunately won't be getting the football from number 12. He would have been a third-year starter at quarterback. He's out of action tonight. Number 12 is Spiros Esposito, and big 77, Matai Mystery, will be a two-way tackle for the Rams. So it'll be a sophomore at quarterback tonight. Looks like number 18 will get the start, Josh Fishbein. But a couple of good targets back in the lineup with DeMarco, along with number 1, Damon Bailey. Both of them were out of action last week, but expect to contribute tonight at wide receiver and perhaps on defense. For the Panthers, 4 captains tonight. Number 15, Luke Mulhern. Number 35, Ryan Mudrick. Number 17, Quinn Kell. And number 56, two-way lineman Nick Faribaugh. So Strath Haven will receive the opening kickoff, and we'll be ready to rock and roll here on, again, a cooler night. Everybody with sleeves on tonight. I don't see any short sleeves anywhere on the field. It finally feels like football weather after several weeks of it being quite warm here in the Delaware Valley. All right, we're going to take a short time out, be back for the national anthem and the opening kickoff. Glad you're listening live or on the archive to high school football on havenfootball.net.
Benefits Group specializes in creating employee benefit packages which can maximize your company's ability to attract, retain, and award the best employees. We develop a strategy for your business to attract high-quality team members. It is critical to have benefits that are competitive in the marketplace. We develop a benefits package and retirement plan that helps you implement a complete benefit program and retirement solution. We help you implement a successful strategy that rewards your employees for their hard-earned time. Empower your employees with a comprehensive benefits solution from the Wharton Benefits Group. Call them at 484-328-3590.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, and you're listening to high school football right here at Haven Football.
Do you have slow-running drains? Are you thinking about selling your home or property? If so, go to scarpagnatoplumbing.com and schedule a technician. They are the area's only small plumbing company to offer in-house trenchless sewer and water main repairs. They also offer sewer lateral certifications for the surrounding communities. From faucets to water heaters, they can handle all your plumbing needs. Give them a call at 484-832-5566.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on Haven Football.
There's your Star-Spangled Banner and a picture of our American flag over to the east here in the east corner of the end zone. Very, very still American flag, so no wind to speak of tonight, and weather will not be a factor here at Harriton this evening. Strath Haven will send a couple of dangerous return men deep to receive the opening kickoff. Now, Harriton, I will say, most of the time has kicked it short this year. It's been a lot of onside kick attempts or just short kickoff attempts, so not sure that Casey Hudson and Jalen Starr will get the football standing back near their 15-yard line. But we'll see how the Rams approach it. The Panthers expecting the short kick with 9 returners up near midfield.
We're starting tonight's game at 57 degrees, just so that you know.
There you go. About good 10 to 15 degrees cooler than last week. And ready to get things going here. If you're joining us on WWON, welcome. We're ready to go here with number 30, Jacob Bodenkamp, having it placed on the tee here at the near hash on the 40. All right, we are underway. Bodenkamp approaches, and it'll be a squib kick. Hits one of the up men. Now a scramble for it, and the Panthers do well to cover it at about the 37-yard line. Nice job there by Patrick Burke to pounce on it. And the Panther offense tonight looks like this. Your quarterback is the senior Luke Mulhern. Ryan Mudrick at fullback. Casey Hudson and Joseph Ali are the halfbacks. We'll see Others rotating in as well, possibly Derek Bradley. Tight ends John Riley and Tyler Slaughter. Chase Schuster's your center. Nick Faribault and Zach Milligan the guards. Jackson Miller and Paul Oblek at tackle. We'll get to the defense for the Rams momentarily. But on first down from the 34, the give on first down is Casey Hudson, and he is going to burst his way for about 7 or 8 to the near sideline, wrapped up by number 1 into the lineup is Damon Bailey for the Rams. The rest of the defensive starters for the Rams, Lucas Chow, Everett Getzel, Alexander Yoon, and Matai Mystery up front. Solomon Tolbert, Tyler Dean, and Carter Smith are your linebackers. Spencer Havey, Ryan Zhang, Jonah Lockwood, and Ben Krebs on defense as well. And, of course, Bailey in on that last stop. On 2nd and 3. Yosef Ali with some running room, shakes his way to first down yardage and is wrapped up after a gain of 4, but that will move the sticks for the Panthers and set up first down and 10.
Yosef Ali on the carry. The first
so
down.
Out to the 46-yard line for this Panther offense that comes in averaging 318 rushing yards per game. At 7.2 yards per carry for the season. Wing T look, give us to Mudrick for the first time. He crosses midfield and carrying tacklers, driving the pile forward, and Ryan Mudrick into Rams territory at the 42-yard line. Give him 12 and a Panther first down.
Yeah, Mudrick had like 5 guys on his back. He took him 5 more yards for a ride there. Great run by Ryan Mudrick.
Call it 11 as they'll put it down on the 43-yard line. 10:30 to go here in the opening quarter. Panther drive started at their 34, and they're moving it well through the first 3 plays. On 1st and 10, motion man is Casey Hudson, and he's got blockers in front and undercut very nicely. Good job holding his ground there by Ryan Zhang, along with 15 Lockwood, dropping Hudson after a gain of 5. Casey Hudson with a career-high 140 yards and 3 scores a week ago against Conestoga.
Yeah, he had a great game last week, and I think he might have a good one tonight. A couple of those last 2 runs for him, he was just stripped up a little bit.
Patrick Burke checks in at guard. Nick Faribault will hobble off, so we'll keep an eye on that. Not something they want to worry about there, as Faribault disruptive on both sides of the line. On 2nd down and 5. Mulhern, quick hitter to Mudrick, trap play up the middle he goes into the secondary, and Ryan Mudrick just keeps the wheels turning down to the 17-yard line. Nice work by Mudrick, and another Panther first down.
Yeah, it's the same as that first run. He just kept pulling guys with him. I think he got an extra 10 yards on that run.
Offensively last week, there was a lot more room on the edges of the formation as the 2 halfbacks, Ali and Hudson, went off. Mudrick, tougher sledding. Tonight so far, Mudrick with 33 yards on his first 2 carries. On 1st and 10 from the 15, this is Mudrick one more time. Sheds 1 tackle, 2 tackles, and bangs his way inside the 10. He'll be near first down yardage again, and this will be 1st and goal to go from the 7.
Another first down, 11 yards.
Like a hot knife through butter right now. The Panther offense is moving it well.
Unlike last week's opponent, Brian, the Harriton Rams are a little smaller up front there, and I think Coach Clancy knows that they can power them through the middle.
8:35 and counting to go here in quarter number 1. Panthers 4 cracks at it now from the 7-yard line. Tyler Slaughter, tight end to the far side. Cole Haley to the near side. Hard count and flags first. They're going to blow this dead and see where we go with this. Looks like offsides for the defense. Half the distance will push this inside the 5-yard line, and Panthers get a freebie right there. Right in front of us, the Rams cheerleaders. Just to their right, the Haven cheerleaders. So again, if you've never been up here to Harriton, there are no bleachers on the far sideline. So everybody's
it's a little strange. Everybody's on this side.
Yeah, everybody getting along well here. Looks like mostly Harriton fans immediately below us and to the left, and Strath Haven a little bit to the right here below us as well. All right, Panthers will try again. 1st and goal to go from the 4. Mudrick up the middle, driving the pile forward into the end zone with 8:01 to go here in quarter number 1. It's Ryan Mudrick pounding his way through the defense for most of that drive, and this time his 5th touchdown of the season, gets the Panthers on the board. Beautiful drive there, Pete.
Yeah, it was just power running up the middle, and we might see a lot of that tonight with the size difference, and just a great running attack there by Mudrick.
John Riley will put it down. Good snap from Jackson Miller. Matt Steyer right down Broadway. 7-0 Panthers. We'll take a short time out and see if Harriton can answer here early in the first quarter on havenfootball.net.
Nagging soft tissue injury, chronic joint pain? Give Rose Tree Wellness Center a call and see Dr. Tom O'Brien for a complete diagnosis and treatment. Dr. O'Brien specializes in active release techniques, ART. ART can deal with many issues, including chronic shoulder, knee, and ankle pain. Rose Tree Wellness Center also offers a complete series of massage therapy as well as general chiropractic care. Don't spend another day in pain. Call 610-789-5555 and make an appointment today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Harriton High School, where Strath Haven it cashes in on a 64-yard scoring drive, all 64 yards on the ground. Ryan Mudrick with 4 carries for 47 of those yards, including the last 4 to pay dirt. His 5th touchdown of the year has the Panthers on top, 7-0. All right, can the Rams answer? See what they have coming out of the kickoff here from Matt Steyer. High end over and kick will go over everybody's head and bounce on the goal line for a touchback, and that's been done with some regularity here, Matt Steyer, this season. All right, for the Harriton offense tonight, shotgun spread for most of the night. Josh Fishbein at quarterback, Solomon Tolbert is your running back. Most of the time with 4 wide receivers, it'll be Jonah Lockwood, Trey DeMarco, Damon Bailey, and Rashawn Peak-Tappy. Center is Cooper Govberg, Eugene Bright, and Lucas Chower, your guards. Matai Mystery and Everett Gensel are your tackles. We'll get to the Panther defense momentarily. 1st and 10 from the 20. The sophomore, Josh Fishbein, in the gun with an empty backfield and 5 wide receivers. Split to the bottom of your screen. Rashawn Peak-Tappy on 1st down. They get it to Krebs, but we'll call it no gain as he's wrapped up very quickly. Well, maybe 1 yard. Fishbein to Krebs for a gain of a yard. Panther defense tonight has Ryan Mudrick at defensive end, Zach Milligan, Paul Oblick on the inside, Nick Faribaugh outside as well. Cole Haley and Patrick Burke join Luke Mulhern at linebacker, Van Wendell and Jalen Starr, your corners, Quinn Kell and Casey Hudson, the safeties. On 2nd down and 9, motion man, and they fire to the flat here. It is caught, and then the Panthers immediately swallow him up. There's going to be a loss on the play here as Cole Haley buries number 10 immediately. That's Spencer Havey.
You know, Brian, I think the Ram, he hit a wall, like you said, Brian. He went straight down, but it was a nice run to get over to 20 at least, because he did bobble it.
All right, Panthers with a defensive shift here, taking a breather. And looks like a 3-man front here for the Panthers. Milligan, Oblick, and Miller, and joined by now Ryan Mudrick. So 4-man front for the Panthers. Empty backfield again. They go jets, fake the jet sweep, and looking for running room. And picking up just a couple there on the quarterback keeper is Fishbein. Wrapped up by Ryan Mudrick.
Fishbein takes it himself.
And Fishbein out to the 23-yard line for a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. We mentioned the Panther defense, allowing just over 4 points per game on the season. They're also, defensively not allowing much yardage in general. 87 rushing yards, 45 passing yards.
Susie Brown, we're having some technical difficulties. If the thing cuts out, just stay with it. We'll put it back on the air. Good.
Good to know. Thank you, Mike. All right, here we go. 3 wide receivers on the near side, 2 to the far side. Fishbein with a man in motion. They give it this time, and this is Lockwood. All sorts of room on the jet sweep. He is belted by Casey Hudson, so he pays for it, but that's the first down of the evening for the Rams as Lockwood goes for 10. Nicely done there. Faked it the first time, handed it off this time, and that'll move the chains for Harriton at the 3:15 mark of this first quarter.
With the spread offense when you spread the offense with the receivers, your defense is also spread. So there are some holes to run through. He did catch a great hole there and got a nice gain.
3 wide receivers. Oh, yeah, they'll mix it up. 3 to the far side of the field as they move Lockwood slot to the right. Lockwood motion man one more time, and they roll that way. Fishbein firing incomplete. Looking for number 3, the senior Trey DeMarco. That one just a little behind him out near the 35, so 2nd and 10 upcoming. Clock stops with 2:47 to play here in quarter number 1. Try to get you some other score updates from around District 1. Go ahead, Andrew.
Speaking of score updates, Upper Marion trails Pottsgrove 7-0. Upper Moreland and Wissahickon tied at 7. Westchester East, Westchester Henderson also tied at 6. Marple leads Pencrest 3-0.
Okay. 5 wide receivers one more time. Josh Fishbein back, looking, firing to the right side. A little bubble screen juggled, incomplete. Looking on that far side for Jacob Gassner, who couldn't squeeze it near the line of scrimmage. Had some blockers in front of him there, but Harriton having a little trouble here, holding on to a couple of solid passes from Fishbein in the early going.
Yeah, that Fishbein, the passer for the Rams, he's been throwing some nice balls with a lot of zip on him.
3 wide receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Trying to move the sticks one more time here are the Rams on 3rd down and 9. Snap through the hands of Fishbein, now a scramble for it. Picks it up, eyes downfield, and he'll be sacked. Down he goes as Ryan Mudrick tracks him down inside the 10-yard line, so a big loss on the play, and now punt formation from your own end zone is not where the Rams would like to be. So a promising drive, picked up a 1st down and 2 incompletions and a snap that never quite connected. Does them in here. Yeah,
look for the Panthers to probably get the ball around the 30-yard line at this point.
Jacob Bodenkamp. Standing 7 yards deep. Low snap, picks it up, gets it away. The left footer sends one towards Quinn Kell, signals fair catch, and squeezes it at about the 35-yard line. So nice work there by Bodenkamp. To field a low snap and not put his knee down in the end zone. We've seen that happen in the past, but good work from Bodenkamp to tilt the field momentarily. The Panthers take over with 1:56 to go here in quarter number 1, leading by 2 scores and looking for more here. Mulhern breaks the huddle once again here with the wing tee behind him, 2 tight ends in front of him. Wing to the far side is Derek Bradley. They fake and give it to Bradley, looking for him on this near side. Turns upfield, and now the speed. Derek Bradley will go untouched from the 35, and the Panther Jr. finds the end zone on a 35-yard burst. Beautifully, beautifully blocked.
Yeah, I was going to say something before this play. I said, look for Derek Bradley to maybe score on this drive, and you saw the speed there when he got it past everybody. There's nobody who's going to catch him.
Patrick Burke on the pull there, leading the way, and really didn't have many people to block. The right side of that line, just a phenomenal job there by Miller, the tight end, and of course the wingback Ali, clearing everybody out. Snap, hold, kick. Steyer is 3 for 3. The Panthers 3 for 3 on the scoring drives as well. Derek Bradley in from 35 yards out. And the Rams will take over when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Looking for pre-K childcare with an emphasis on learning? Ducklings Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old within 1 block of Nether Providence Elementary School on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing, educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Back at Harriton High School. Strath Haven 21, Harriton nothing, as the Panthers have yet to throw a pass because, well, frankly, the run game has not been stopped. 139 total yards on the ground here for the Panthers, 8 first downs, and now, after 2 short bursts from Ryan Mudrick, Derek Bradley cashes in from the 35-yard line to give the Panthers a 3-score lead. Still 1:48 to go here in quarter number 1. Steyer has it teed. Havey and Krebs await. High and over and kick. Havey will see it go over his head. 1 hop, 2 hops, and into the end zone. 2 touchbacks now for Matt Steyer. And another long field ahead of the Rams here, who, again, put 43 points on the board in week 1, have scored just 10 points since in the next 6 weeks. So tough going right now. Andrew?
A couple of score updates. After 1, Haverford and Ridley tied at 0. Marple leads Pencrest 3-0 after 1. Springfield and Radnor, that's 8-6 Springfield. Radnor got the ball back after an interception by Mikey Enright.
Okay.
So that Haverford-Ridley game, Brian, that's going to be a great score when we hear that one.
It should be. 4 wide. Motion man is Lockwood out of the backfield. They dump it to him in the right flat. He'll squeeze it and pick up. He'll lose a couple. Did not get back to the line of scrimmage. Good pursuit there from the Panther defense. Brings up 2nd down and about 12 now.
I think he bobbled it a little bit, and that gave the defender time to get up and make the stop.
Andrew?
After the interception, Radnor cashes in, takes a 14-8 lead on Springfield.
Okay. That would surprise more than a couple people if that were to hold, but turnovers are trouble, aren't they? 14-8. Radnor on top of Springfield here in the early going.
On the defensive line.
What do we got? Encroachment. All right, 2nd down and 7 upcoming. Panther defense gives Harriton a free 5 with 1:10 to go here. And counting now. They will restart the clock. And break the huddle with Trey DeMarco, slot to the far side. Now they shift him to the near side with number 1, Damon Bailey. 1 and 3 are 2 of your more dangerous receivers for Harriton. Back in the lineup after missing last week. Looking, firing, incomplete. Looking on a shallow cross for Bailey, and just out of his reach, and tipped to the turf there by Patrick Burke.
3rd and 8 coming up.
So 3rd and long once again here for Harriton, who right now 3 out of 7 for -2 yards in the passing game. Just have the 1 first down thus far, and a nice run by Jonah Lockwood on a jet sweep. Otherwise, the Panther defense has been a brick wall once again. Oblick and Miller, double duty right now on the offensive and defensive lines. They're both in at defensive tackle, looking for a pass rush perhaps. They give to Lockwood instead, cuts it back, and he'll push his way out near the 25. He'll still be about 5 yards shy of the first down. Picks up a couple.
It looks like 4th and 6 coming up.
And let's see here. Panthers started to move into punt return formation, and yes, Harriton will now make some wholesale changes and oblige them.
Yeah, well, that last play, the running back had a nice little hole there, but it closed quickly with the defense, the speed of the defender, linebackers, and the corner.
Bodenkamp stands deep at the 10. I don't know that he's interested in catching a snap here. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. The Rams, I think, will be happy to see this first quarter end and wait till quarter number 2 when they switch sides to kick it away. So, with that in mind, we'll take a short break, see what the Panthers can do receiving an upcoming punt, and start the second quarter here at Harriton High when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Alumni and Friends Supporting Kids is a fiscal partner of the Foundation for Wallingford Swarthmore Schools. Ask strives to bridge the gaps in access to educational resources so that WSSD students have a holistic school experience. Ask helps students K-12 with items, services, and resources to support and enhance their educational experience with a focus on academic, artistic, athletic, and social enrichment. Ask scholarship forms are available on the WSSD website as well as through the school counseling department.
Hello everyone, I'm Ron Jaworski, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and you're listening to high school football right here on Haven Football.
Welcome back to quarter number 2 here on havenfootball.net. Brian Carroll bringing the play-by-play, joined by Mike Mayer, Andrew Kaufman, Pete Fulgenetti. Thanks again to Dean Michelson and Bill Clancy running the cameras for us tonight. Panthers will put 10 up front and send Quinn Kell by himself out near midfield here to receive the punt. Bodenkamp, the left footer. Line drive, signaling fair catch. Good decision by Kell as that carried a little bit. Came in about head high and wisely steps away. Good Harriton roll down to the Panther 33, but again, discretion, the better part of valor there for Quinn Kell. Don't want to try to make a play, see a muff or something like that, and give the Rams any kind of momentum, especially when the Panthers, with 3 first-quarter drives, all ended in the end zone in just 12 plays. So the Panthers very efficient thus far. We'll try it again now from their 33-yard line here on first down. Ryan Mudrick checks out, and the Panthers will break the huddle with Casey Hudson and Yosef Ali in shifting to a fullback spot. Wing to the near side is Derek Bradley. On first down, this is Ali, the fullback, straight up the middle. He'll step his way out near the 40-yard line and pick up 6 or 7 more here. Ali has been just fantastic. I mean, averaging about 8 yards per carry on the season from the mostly from the halfback spot, but he's versatile and strong enough to come into that fullback spot too.
Yeah, he's a powerful runner, strong legs, and he usually gets yards after contact all the time.
2nd and 3 from the 40. Mulhern under center. 9 in the box. Casey Hudson looking for room off this near side. First down and more. Hudson tripped up there. Nice tackle there by Bailey coming up from the secondary. But Hudson out to the 47-yard line has another first down for the Panthers. 48-yard line. And nice work there by Hudson, picking up 8.
Yeah, Coach Clancy's given all his running backs opportunities here. He knows he has the advantage in size, and they're taking advantage of that.
Still 9 in the box here for Harriton, trying to slow down the silver and black. Motion man Bradley back to pass for the first time is Mulhern looking. He wants it all. Deep down the middle. Tyler Slaughter's out there, juggles, has it, and is into the end zone for a 52-yard bomb. Tyler Slaughter's first touchdown of the season. And that's the same for Mulhern. Week 8, and he's found the end zone on a connection to the big junior tight end. 52 yards, beautifully done. Oh, great pass. He all the way down there. I think he caught it around the 5 or 6 and then ran it in. He bobbled one little bobble, but he held on to it. And it's nice to know that you can pass, because there will be situations coming up in the later part of the year where we may need to pass that ball. Good delivery there from Mulhern. Snap, spot, kicking to go here in the first half, and the Panthers with some fireworks through the air this time. They're leading by 4 scores on havenfootball.net.
Your car is probably your second biggest investment, and AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Hi everyone, this is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at Haven Football.
We are back, and the Panthers have done it mostly on the ground tonight, but decided to put it up in the sky for a change, and Luke Mulhern rewards the Panther offense and play caller with a 52-yard scoring strike to Tyler Slaughter on the other end. Little adrenaline this time from Matt Steyer. His third touchback of the evening lands a few yards deep in the end zone. And the Panthers will pin Harriton back at their 20-yard line once again. So 10:31 to go before halftime, and the Panthers are on their way, Pete, to making this a fast-moving second half if this keeps up.
Yeah, it looks like we'll have a running clock before this game's over, and the Panthers are just overwhelming the Rams right now, and you know, the size difference is really showing too.
All right, the size piece of it is, you know, Panthers been on the wrong end of that almost every game this year. They've been outsized in almost every game up front.
Yeah, they have, but this is probably one of the few teams that they're bigger than.
Fishbein firing to the left flat on first down, looking for some running room. I think that's DeMarco, I believe, and let's see here. There seems to be some confusion on the far sideline. Is there an injury?
I think he went down injured as he was tackled out of bounds.
All right, is it? I didn't see who it was.
The receiver it was.
Is it a Strathaven player? Coach Clancy's heading that way. So this might be a Strathaven player on that far side. We will keep an eye on that. All right, we're going to take a short timeout while they sort out the okay, it looks like a Harriton player, but either way, we're taking a short timeout and see if we can get this settled and hope for the best on an injury front. Be back in a moment on havenfootball.net.
Welcome to Allstate, where everyone saves when they bundle their home and auto insurance. Isn't that right, Frank?
I saved 25%. Booyah.
You protected your casa?
Sure did.
And the Frank tank?
You know it.
And now you're relaxing.
I'm working from home.
Sure you are. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Your local Allstate agent is Steve Taub in media. Give him a call at 610-566-3500.
This is Keith Jackson. You're listening to High School Football right here on Haven Football.
All right, back at Harriton, and unfortunately, the injured player is wide receiver for Harriton, number 3, Trey DeMarco. So your senior co-captain, just back from injury, hobbles off. So we hope the best for him. Hope to see him back shortly here. Instead, gain of 6, 2nd and 4 upcoming. They fire to the flat again. This is complete to Krebs. He's ridden out of bounds quickly by Luke Mulhern. And see where they spot this. May gain a yard or so, but Panther speed, they converge on these ball carriers so quickly. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 2 after a gain of just a couple. Second catch of the evening for Ben Krebs, who I remember calling some games years ago when his older brother Matt was playing. He was also a safety as well. All right, here we go. On 3rd and 2, keeping it himself, Fishbein dances away from one man, and now speed off the left side. 1st down, yardage for the sophomore. Good work there by Fishbein, who's looked to be bottled up in the backfield momentarily, but bounces outside to move the sticks for the 2nd 1st down of the evening for Harriton.
Yeah, he was bottled up, but he turned the left corner there and got himself a 1st down.
Gain of 5 out to the 33-yard line with 9:30 to go here before halftime. I wonder what you guys will talk about during halftime in the world of sports. Anything happened in the last 24 hours
Nothing
or so?
happened.
Nothing happened.
Okay, good, good. Moving on.
Nothing good happened.
Okay. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Rams. They have had something good happen here with a 1st down a moment ago. Split to this near side. Damon Bailey singled up and give inside and picking up maybe a yard or 2. Forward progress, I think we'll get Lockwood to the 35, and Mulhern and Oblek swallow him up to bring up 2nd down and 8. Josh Fishbein, 5 out of 9 throwing it for just 6 yards. And Lockwood on the rushing end of it. 3 carries for 13 yards now. But that's really been the bulk of the offense here for the Rams. Right now being outgained 206-3. Now that snap that went over Fishbine's head was a big-time negative play there that took away.
That'll knock your stats back.
But still just 2 first downs for the Rams here through the first quarter and change. 8:35 and counting to go here in the second quarter. On 2nd and 8, down the seam they go, throwing and leaping, incomplete. Good coverage from Van Wendell to tie up number 1, Damon Bailey. Incomplete, it falls, brings up 3rd and 8. Wendell with an interception a week ago, and just in his second start of the season here tonight. But he had had a few starting assignments last year as a junior in the secondary as well. So there's some experience on the field at corner for sure with he and junior Jalen Starr, who started some games last year as a sophomore, even minus Grayson LaFrance tonight. 3rd and 8 from the 35. Panthers trying to get a pass rush, and they go option is near side. Ball's on the ground. Scramble for it. They never connected on the pitch. Panthers think they have it. Let's see when they unpile. And nope. Great job by 78 in black. That's Cooper Govberg pouncing on it. Senior offensive lineman gets his hands on the football back at the 26 to save huge trouble for the Rams offense. So looking for an option that time to Krebs, and never quite connected on the pitch. 4th and a mile here for the Rams once again.
Punt squad will come out.
All right. Hudson stands at the 50. Quinn Kell about 10 yards behind him. Awaiting another punt here from Jacob Bodenkamp. 7:50, 7:49 and counting to go here in the second quarter. Long snap is Ben Gravino. Low line drive this time. It'll take a Harriton roll across the midfield stripe. And again, positive yardage on the roll here down to the Panther 39-yard line. Picked up there by another senior, Abdu Bey, number 14. Good to see him out there. One of 10 seniors honored tonight pregame for the Harriton footballers, and a couple of cheerleaders and a band member as well, as along with the social media guy who I didn't catch his name, but they're excited to have him out there as well for years. He's done great work in sort of the promotional department.
A couple of updates. Bishop Shanahan and Downtown West tied at 14. Haverford gets it down inside the Ridley 10. Can't punch it in. Field goal attempt goes no good.
All right.
Still 0-0 out there.
Counter crisscross inside here, and this is Casey Hudson pushing his way across midfield in the Rams territory and down to the 46-yard line. Nice work there by Hudson as Ali went one way, and suddenly the ball's going the other direction after that second handoff. Hudson for 15 more. 4 carries for 34 yards for the junior tonight. 1st and 10 for the Panthers from the 46. On first down, quick hitter, this is Mudrick. Steps to his left and now pulling away at the 30, 25-20, and going the distance one more time. The Panthers, another big play, 46 yards. Give Ryan Mudrick 3 touchdowns on the night. It was 6:42 to go. Again, beautifully blocked by the left side of that line, and cutback was right there for the senior.
Yeah, he cut back. There was nobody to touch him. This was a foot race, and you know, he's a power runner, but when he gets out in the opener, Brian, he's got some decent speed. He really does.
112 yards on 7 carries for Mudrick tonight. And now Matt Steyer, I called him Tim again, his older brother should be proud for all the publicity he's gotten this year, but Matt, 5 for 5 on the extra points now. Panthers 35, Rams nothing. Be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
The Swarthmorian Weekly Newspaper has partnered up with havenfootball.net. The Swarthmorian was established in 1893 and is a true community newspaper and covers the Wallingford-Swarthmore School District as well as events in Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding communities. Get your copy every Friday at 320 Market or Swarthmore Co-op, or go to swarthmorian.com for a mailed or digital subscription. For all the local news, read the Swarthmorian every week.
Hey fans, this is Todd Lights, public address announcer for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and you are listening to high school football right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back. Here we go. Strath Haven 35, Harriton nothing. Ryan Mudrick's third touchdown of the night, a 46-yard burst, has the Panthers on top 35-0, and now Steyer with 4 touchbacks. Another one landing a couple yards deep in the end zone. And go ahead, Andrew, update.
Yeah, a couple of updates. Central Bucks West trails Penridge now 7-0. Westchester East has a 9-6 lead on Westchester Henderson. And Pencrest now leads Marple 6-3 after getting into the end zone early in the second quarter.
All right. Another update, that big game, Downingtown East and Coatesville. At the moment, Coatesville's quarterback Ricky Ortega Jr., Matt Ortega Jr. rather, is injured apparently. So we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully good news on the injury front there in Coatesville. Big game over there in the Chestnut tonight. 5 wide receivers, 3 to the far side. Josh Fishbein sends a man in motion. This is Havey. You're going to get pre-snap flags here. So we'll see. Look like maybe somebody flinched up front for the Rams. False start will put them behind the chains here, which is not where you want to be here for Harriton right now, with -6 yards of offense through the first quarter and a half, and now going backwards 5 more, 1st and 15. Here we go. Try it again. Number 10, slot to the left is Spencer Havey. He was the motion man a moment ago. 3 wide receivers to the near side here for Fishbein. Havey comes in motion again. They fake it to him, and Fishbein looking for room momentarily. He is belted. Standing him up is Jackson Miller, and driving him down is, I didn't see who that was. It was Luke Mulhern finished him off. So out to the 19-yard line, gain of maybe 3. All right.
Ridley has taken a 7-0 lead on Haverford.
Okay. Green Raiders have had a nice little run after dropping their opening weekend game to CB East. They've won 6 in a row, and now a big test tonight with Haverford. Havey will take the handoff, juggle it on the ground momentarily, and Patrick Burke takes advantage of that. Drops him for a couple-yard loss back to the 17-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 13.
Yeah, they've had a few of those muff handoffs, and they certainly can't afford that.
Negative yardage, unfortunately, for the Rams, who need points on the board here to avoid a running clock for the second half. Again, with a 35-point deficit, we'd be looking at a running clock after halftime if the Panthers can hold this lead. 3rd and 13 upcoming for Harriton. Havey in motion one more time as they flood this near side. Looking, they go back over the middle. It's intercepted by Patrick Burke. Looking for room, bounces outside. Burke to the 10, down near the 5-yard line, and Patrick Burke's 3rd interception of the season will set up the Panthers 1st and goal to go. Burke just stayed home on that one, Pete.
Yeah, what can I say? They have to move the ball probably through the air, so they had no choice what to do. But it's just tough when you're playing a defense that's this good. And the Haven defenders are just playing great.
5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Panthers 1st and goal to go from the 6. Burke at left guard now. Schuster over the football. Wing T behind Luke Mulhern. On 1st down, blitz up the middle, they give to Bradley, bounces outside, he's going to lean his way for a couple. We'll see where they put it down, maybe just the 5, so gain of just a yard. Brings up 2nd down and goal. So Derek Bradley gets him down to the 5. Cole Haley checks in, John Riley checks out at tight end. And the Panthers with a couple more cracks at it here, looking at essentially a 10-man front and blitzing through the A-gap that time for Harriton did the trick. Mudrick into the game at fullback once again. Give inside. This is Mudrick straight ahead and into the end zone for the 4th time tonight. Ryan Mudrick punches it in after Patrick Burke serves it up on a silver platter with the interception return inside the 10, and the Panthers have stretched their lead to 6 scores. Riley to hold, Steyer on for the extra point at the 4:12 mark. Of this second quarter. Jackson Miller with a good snap. Spot, kick. Another point for Matt Steyer. 4:12 to go here before halftime. We'll be back in just a moment. Glad you're joining us live or on the archive on havenfootball.net.
Want to have your kids get involved in the fastest growing youth sport in America? Non-contact flag football is here in Wallingford at Fisher's Finest Flag Football. Boys and girls in 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th grades are eligible. Adult coaching for each team assures that each child is taught proper football techniques and skills. Get involved in flag football. Sign up for learning camps in spring 2026. Go to fishersfinest13.com for more information.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Jaworski, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and you're listening to high school football right here on Haven Football.
We're back at Harriton High School here in Villanova, Pennsylvania. And Patrick Burke with a big defensive play here. Panthers forcing their second turnover of the evening. Burke's interception set them up inside the 10-yard line, and Ryan Mudrick, 2 plays later, punches it in from the 5. And over and kick. This will be Havey. Let go over his head one more time and trickles into the end zone. Touchback number 5 for Steyer. And the Rams, again, looking at a long field in front of them, trailing by 42 with 4:12 to go here in the second quarter. Strath Haven back on their home turf next week with Lower Merion. And
that'll be senior night, I believe.
Right, that's right. So be the last regular season game, although the Panthers, with a couple more wins here, should assure them at least 1, maybe 2 or more home playoff games. But still have things to take care of tonight and for the next couple weeks. All right, we'll get to score update from elsewhere in a moment. 1st and 10 for Harriton. From the 20-yard line, Lockwood slot to the near side. 3 receivers to the far side. Here comes Lockwood in motion. They flood that far side, dump it to Lockwood, looking for blockers out there, and the Panthers swallow him up quickly. He still shakes through tackles. Some missed tackling over there by the Panthers, but good effort from Lockwood, picking up 8 or 9 out to the 28, we'll say.
Yeah, that was a nice little play there. He looked like he was down for a 1-yard gain maybe, but he spun around, kept his legs moving, and got a nice 8 or 9 yard pickup there. Nice play.
2nd down and 2 upcoming. Andrew had a score update.
Yeah, Kennett leads Unionville late in the first half, 10-0.
Okay, Unionville without their key running back, Brody McLaughlin, tonight, so Kennett taking full advantage thus far. Here we go. 2nd and 2. The Rams looking for first down yardage here, may have it. We'll see. Depends on the spot as the quick Rashawn Peak Tappy on the reception. It'll get just a yard. It'll be 3rd and 1, and hurry up look here for the Rams. They go no huddle on 3rd and 1, hard count. And now looking for a play. They might even think about a timeout here. Coach Totillo on the field. Timeout is called, and the Rams will talk it over, trying to pick up 36 inches here, keep the sticks moving here. Baby steps for the Rams, what they need right now, but they'll need more than that. Trailing big here. Be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
Family Senior Home Care is owned by a Strath Haven family, the Glowackies. We provide in-home care assistance with all activities of daily living, personal care, transportation, mobility assistance, light housekeeping, and meal preparation. We also offer personal care, including hygiene, companion care, and medication reminders. Alzheimer's and dementia care, along with short-term respite care, are also available. Schedule your free consultation at 610-719-3223 or go to our website at secondfamily.com.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
We're back for 3rd and a yard here for the Rams. Need the 30-yard line to keep the sticks moving. They fire to the flat, incomplete, looking for Krebs. Pass delivered just a little bit low. Luke Mulhern in coverage at the sticks. And now with a yard to go, maybe you go for it here. Let's see.
I think they go for it. What do they have to lose, really?
Trailing 42-0 here. Rams trying to get something going.
A couple of quick score updates. CB West and Penridge tied at 7 late in the first half. Upper Moreland and Wissahickon also tied there at 14 apiece.
All right, 4th and a yard. Can the Rams pick it up here? Give is to Lockwood on the cutback. Panthers wrapping him up. He'll be shy. Patrick Burke stops him at the line of scrimmage, and the Panthers take over 1st and 10 from the 29. All right, Strath Haven with mass substitutions here with 3:09 to play here before halftime. We'll get some names and numbers out there momentarily. J.P. Redmond in there at tackle. Zach Aritz joins him as well. Jake Plunkett on at quarterback. And Christian DeShields will line up in the backfield. Jack Deskus.
We'll probably see, in the second half, Brian, we'll probably see all JVs in there.
They're in there now. Deskus is your fullback. Wing to the near side is Derek Bradley. Give inside. This is Deskus. First carry of the night. Pushes down to about the 27. Gain of 2. And Deskus moves the pile forward and picks up second down. Sets up second down and 8. All right. Clock ticks. 2:50 to go here before halftime. Jake Plunkett, who had a couple of starts this season already as a junior when Luke Mulhern was out, and did very, very well throwing the football and guiding the offense.
Yeah, he did a great job while Mulhern was out.
Tight end on the near side is Jordan Alexander. On 2nd and 7, this is Deskus leaning forward. Inside the 25, we'll put it down at about the 24, 23 maybe. Let's see. All right, Deskus to the 24, brings up 3rd down and 5. And Panthers do have a JV game with Southern Lehigh on Monday afternoon, but getting some extra snaps here tonight. Flanagan is in there as a left tackle. Give is to the near side. Sweep to this near side and looking for running room. First down, yardage and more. Connor Kelly. And then a flag comes in late. Looks like this will come back as Kelly had first down yardage, but I think they're going to end up with this going backwards quite a bit here. Flag sits at the 20. If they move it back to the 30, you're turning this to 3rd down and 11. So illegal use of the hands, and back it comes. All right, 42 Logan Knobb in the game at tight end now as well. 65 is Mike Maps, and Nick Leggio is your center. So the Panthers will give it another go here. 1:40 to go here and counting before halftime. Strath Haven on top comfortably here. Knobb tight end to the far side. And to the near side as well. Quick hitter is to Deskus. He'll pick up a few and then is wrapped up there nicely by number 5, inside linebacker Tyler Dean. Deskus pushes it to about the 26, maybe 27. Turns it to 4th down and 8. And we'll see what the Panthers drum up here with a minute to go. We could try a 45-yard field goal or so, but I don't know. I think they may...
I think Coach Clancy doesn't want to.
I would think that's insulting.
Do something like that with a big lead like this.
I think, it's one of these where if you throw the ball, it doesn't feel good. But of course, you've got the JV guys in there. You want them to learn. You want them to play hard. And in the meantime, Coach Clancy's going to run the clock down as long as he can here, call a timeout, and set up 4th down and about 8. So he'll wait for the back judge, hand in the air, and then timeout is called with 34 seconds to go, and does look like they're going to set up for a field goal here. All right. We're going to put Tim Steyer. There we go.
Steyer.
Matt Steyer. I know. I looked right at you as soon as I said it. I was
Tim's
waiting
home.
for the correction. Tim is in South Florida, according to Matt. So hopefully he's listening, as his younger brother will set up here for a 44-yard field goal try. So it would be a career long here should he connect. Jackson Miller to snap it. And John Riley will put it down right down the middle here, about halfway between the hash marks. And Steyer on for a 44-yard attempt. Miller with a snap, hold, kick is away. It is plenty long enough, and it is wide left. Just hooked it to the left, so Steyer, no good on the try, but had the distance to go way bigger than that. But that one hooked on him just a bit, and Panthers, for the first time tonight, do not finish a drive with points on the board there. So, 28 seconds to go here. Harriton will have the football back now, but still, and we'll get receive the second half kickoff. So that's a good sign. Quick score update: Garnet Valley on top of Upper Darby, 15-0. So Upper Darby defensively is pretty stout this year. They gave Ritter a couple weeks ago. Garnet Valley out in front by 2 scores thus far. All right, here we go. Offense back on the field here for Harriton. Receivers are split. Give inside is to Lockwood. He'll push the pile forward, and the Rams will take no chances here. And out to the 21-yard line. Gain of just a yard there for Lockwood. Looks like everybody will take it to the halftime locker room and talk things over as the clock melts here on quarter number 2. So, 42-0. Strath Haven. 7 possessions, 6 touchdowns, and it'll be a fast-moving second half when we return. So, speaking of half, we'll have the band coming up here shortly. Strath Haven's band is here en masse, and should have quite a show here coming up. And, of course, we'll talk about the scores around District 1 and so forth, but Nick Pignataro, the band director, is getting set up there over in the press box, so we'll turn this over to the band momentarily. Be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
Benefits Group specializes in creating employee benefit packages which can maximize your company's ability to attract, retain, and award the best employees. We develop a strategy for your business to attract high-quality team members. It is critical to have benefits that are competitive in the marketplace. We develop a benefits package and retirement plan that helps you implement a complete benefit program and retirement solution. We help you implement a successful strategy that rewards your employees for their hard-earned time. Empower your employees with a comprehensive benefits solution from the Wharton Benefits Group. Call them at 484-328-3590.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, and you're listening to high school football right here at Haven Football.
Welcome back to halftime here at Harriton High School, where the Panthers lead this one 42-0. Pete, what are your thoughts on that first half from the Panthers?
Well, it's kind of what we expected. We knew the Panthers have a size advantage, a speed advantage. They're just a better team, and they played very, very well this whole first half. And every time Harriton would try to get going there, they were just taken down by linebackers, corners, whatever. It's really a size difference, a speed difference, and a talent difference, and the score shows it.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's been dominant from the Panthers in pretty much all 3 phases of play. Offense, defense, special teams, aside from the Matt Steyer field goal from 44, which just went a little bit to the left, but had plenty of leg.
Yeah, Matt's got he's got a strong leg. I think he had 5 touchbacks and 6 extra points in the first half. So maybe he's getting a little tired in the leg there, you know.
Yeah, 5 of 6 touchbacks. The other one went to the 5 on the kickoff. Has 6 extra points already on the night, and yeah, maybe his leg's just getting a little bit tired, but it had plenty of distance.
You know what? I was watching him kick that, and he kind of pulled it to the left, like a golf shot. You would pull to the left side of the fairway, and it looked like the way his leg came through the ball, he pulled it a little and made it wide. But, that'll happen. He's a great kicker, and those things happen. And it's good to get to practice now because, when we get into playoffs and we're against a tough opponent, you may need that 3 points to win that game. So any little bit of practice he can get is good.
That's for sure. Mike, what have your thoughts been on this first half?
Well, like Pete said, it's pretty much expected. I mean, everybody's performed as we expected. I watched one of the games Harriton was in and was just surprised as how hard their manhandling moved around. So I thought, when we beat them, this is not going to be pretty. I actually watched the Ridley game. Of course, Ridley's a very physical football team. So they came out looking, like they could put some stuff together, but it's hard to put a finger in what it's about. Certainly, there's a talent issue, there's a speed issue, there's a size issue. I assume there's some coaching issues. I don't know. Harriton recently had tend to have weak teams, and don't know why. Same question with Lower Merion. It could be the turnout in other sports is more dominant. But these kids are playing for 3 or 4 years, and it just doesn't seem that they make the kind of improvements, or they have the runs of good and bad.
Well, Mike, the last couple of years when they dropped out of the Central League, they had more success because I think they were playing teams more their level. When they jump back into the Central League, it's kind of a little bit out of their level of play, and that's what we're seeing.
And there's no doubt about it. I think the best year I've seen Harriton have, and this is going back some years, I think it was a 4-6 or a 5-5. So it's the kind of thing that you just they get kids out for the program, they play football. There's been talk a while ago that they would combine teams from Lower Merion and Harriton together, but I don't think the parents and even the kids want to take bus rides to get to practice, and I'm not too sure how much more it would improve since both Harriton and Lower Merion have had difficult times trying to be competitive in football. Now, in the Central League, they have competitive teams. Harriton has some decent basketball teams. Lower Merion certainly has sensational basketball teams. I don't know enough about how their baseball team is and their wrestling team. And, so we look at it as football only. But the reality is most high schools have, between the girls and the boys, 32 to 35 teams they're putting out in the field. So I'm assuming that with Central League, they're competitive in other sports.
Well, like you said, Lower Merion is known for basketball. That's their big thing. And where Strath Haven basketball is, you have to admit it, it's not one of their priorities. It's football is where it's at here, and soccer.
Well,
that's just the way it's been.
I don't know that it's priorities. I think winning breeds better athletes. Losing, kids find other things to do. And I don't know. I mean, I'd have to look at, obviously, in Harriton's case, I'd have to look at, who's playing soccer and who's playing tennis and who's playing the other sports, or maybe just training for basketball. I mean, I don't know. But it's difficult to deal with these situations every year where Harriton hasn't won a game in quite a while. So, they won their first game, but I mean, last year they didn't win any. And, they do play Lower Merion, and that's always kind of like the highlight of the season because they got a shot. But I don't think they beat Lower Merion in quite a few years.
Good evening. Onto the field comes the 2025 Strath.
And now we got the Strath Haven Marching Band.
We're pushing the sounds of our energy liberation tonight as we play the music of ABBA and Blackpink. The student leadership team is led by student director Sonia Blunt, Tex Kelly, Katie Snyder, and Maisie Stratton. The drum majors are Casper Stockman, Eli Sorkus, and Josie Wilde. Marshall and Grassy. This electropop hit debuted as the highest song charting by a female K-pop group. This is the sound of K-pop and Blackpink with our favorite, Kill This Love. To play Valerie, one of our favorite songs. Amy Winehouse teamed up with the producer Mark Ronson with his Motown-inspired groove. We ask, why don't you come on over, Valerie? High School Panther Marching Band as we do a left face and exit the field. The band is under the direction of Assistant Band Director Mrs. Haley Lumbar, Pit Director Mr. Richard Michael, and Drumline Instructor Mr. Gusten Rudolph. Miss Valerie Schliger directs the band front and dance line with Silks Instructor Coach Arya Boris, and dance team instructors Miss Gigi Iannello, Miss Rosie Iannello. The band is assisted by Miss Samantha McFarland and student teacher Miss Gabby Bachman. For the Panther Band, I'm Nick Pietaro. Have a great evening.
Do you have slow-running drains? Are you thinking about selling your home or property? If so, go to scarpagnatoplumbing.com and schedule a technician. They are the area's only small plumbing company to offer in-house trenchless sewer and water main repairs. They also offer sewer lateral certifications for the surrounding communities. From faucets to water heaters, they can handle all your plumbing needs. Give them a call at 484-832-5566.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.com.
Welcome back to Harriton High School. Terrific performances from the bands, and thanks again to Pete, Mike, and Andrew for the halftime chatter. Strath Haven comfortably up 42-0 here on the football field in front of us. Football fields around District 1. Few halftime updates from elsewhere. All right, in the Catholic League, a couple big ones going on over there. Cardinal O'Hara all over Father Judge 27-0, and St. Joe's Prep trying to knock off Roman. Roman a couple weeks ago beat LaSalle. LaSalle beat St. Joe's Prep last week, but St. Joe's Prep may put it on Roman here as they lead 20-7 late in the second quarter. So that's a heck of a three-way battle there in the Catholic League. Andrew, you going to tell me something different than that?
That's actually a 20-13 ball game.
Okay, Roman's on the board again, so that should be a good one.
Roman got an interception on a fourth down throw from St. Joe's, so they've got the ball 1st and 10 from their 20.
All right, so back to the public league schools here around District 1. Council Rock South knocked off Souderton in a battle of 6-1 teams last night, 14-7. The Golden Hawks take the victory there. Tonight, up at Downingtown East. Downingtown East has knocked out Coatesville's quarterback. Coatesville undefeated, but they trailed Downingtown East 9-0 at halftime. Downingtown West trailing Bishop Shanahan 21-20, an extra point, the only difference in that one. Ridley 7, Haverford 0 at half. So the Raiders' first test in several weeks after Matt Smith had put something in the paper today saying Ridley, as hot as they've been, not too sure yet because the combined record of Ridley opponents leading into today was 9-33 over the last 6 weeks. But Ridley on top of Haverford, 7-0 at halftime. Speaking of halftime scores in a tight one, Pencrest 6, Marple Newtown 3. Also in the Central League, Radnor 14, Marple Newtown 8. I'm sorry, Springfield 8, rather. So that would be a shocker if Radnor can hang on there. Penridge leading Central Bucks West 14-7. Out in the Chestmont, Kennett 17, Unionville 0. So Unionville offense struggling without their top running back tonight, Brody McLaughlin. Over in Glen Mills, Garnet Valley 15, Upper Darby 0. So the Jags trying to, after an 0-2 start, trying to make it 6 in a row here if they can hang on over on Smithbridge Road. Back up in the Suburban 1, big game for Upper Moreland and Wissahickon. They are tied at 14, so that's a tight one there. Westchester East 9, Westchester Henderson 6 in another Chestmont battle. And the third Westchester team, the defending District 1 5A champions, Ruston on top of Great Valley 14-0 last we heard. So we'll try to keep you posted as scores change throughout the second half. And if we have statistical updates, we can put those on the screen there. But again, it's been all Strath Haven here, 285-6 on the in terms of total yardage, and the Panthers just piling up 12 first downs to Harriton's 2. And Panthers 1 out of 1 throwing the football was a 52-yard bomb to Tyler Slaughter from Luke Mulhern, both of them with their first touchdowns of the season. And it's just been all Panthers. Dead silence.
Yeah.
Nobody has anything to say.
Panthers do have the one turnover in this ball game, the Patrick Burke interception to set up the short field for the Panthers. And
I was curious. I mean, the time of possession's amazing. You would think from the score, Harriton should have the ball for about 27 seconds, and they even had it for the rest of the time.
I mean, Harriton's done a nice job in terms of just the pace of their huddle and so forth. They're taking their time. They're running the play clock down, trying to give their defensive guys a rest. But a couple of short fields after a punt snap. There was a fumbled pitch that Patrick Burke recovered there as well. The interception obviously set them up at the 7-yard line. And, the Panthers have scored quickly. They really, I think their longest scoring drive in terms of number of plays was 4 plays. So
in their last drive, Brian, that they didn't score, and I think you can look at the reason they put the JV guys in, and it's a drop in talent, and I think they match up better against our JV than they do against our varsity.
My guess is we'll see a good bit of that here as we have a fast-moving second half. If you're unfamiliar with this, anytime there's a deficit of 35 points or more, it will be a running clock. Incomplete passes, you name it, the clock will run, with the exception of timeouts called and after scoring plays or, heaven forbid, an injury. All right, here we go. High end-over-end kick from Matt Steyer will get things started. This is Havey from the 3-yard line, up the near hash, out towards the sideline, and the Panthers, good coverage out here to slow him down at about the 25. Tyler Slaughter on the stop. Good work by Slaughter, who's got his name on the stat sheet tonight with a 52-yard reception for a touchdown. That was a beauty. And now, from the 25, Harriton will get things going here. Panthers with some substitutions on defense now. Not wholesale changes, but up front you've got John Riley, Shane Flanagan, J.P. Redmond, and Logan Knobb. Derek Bradley in there as an outside linebacker. Deskus in there at linebacker as well. Van Wendel in at one corner. Jordan Alexander on the far side. Connor Kelly is in there at free safety. Fishbein on first down will float it to the outside. This is Havey with some running room momentarily. He's wrapped up by Christian Kaufman out at the 31-yard line. So
nice tackle there by Kaufman. He was turning the corner, and Kaufman got him right around the ankles, brought him right down.
Gain of 6 on the play as Fishbein now 8 out of 15 for 21 yards throwing it. Havey's second catch of the game. 2nd down and 4. Alexander singled up with Krebs on the near side here. Number 16, Brady Nangle, covering the slot receiver as well. Havey in motion. Fishbein looking. He's going to dump it to the flat. Complete. And good open field tackle right there by Nangle. At the 31-yard line, they'll gain maybe a yard as Havey's dumped immediately by Nangle.
Yeah, he closed real quick on him after he caught the ball and just took him right down with a perfect tackle right around the ankles.
No gain on that play.
All right. 3rd and 4 is where we sit.
Longest drive between either of these two teams has been 7 plays. That was Strath Haven's opening drive of the game.
Okay. All right. Thanks for clarifying there. But, time of possession in Harriton's favor. And not much else on the stat sheet leaning the Rams' direction tonight. Here, 3rd and 4. Chance to pick this up with 2 wide receivers to the near side, 3 at the top of your screen. Krebs at the bottom of your screen here, singled up with Bradley. There we go on 3rd and 4. Fishbein looking. He floats it to the far side. It's going to be intercepted. Panthers have it and spinning to the ground. That looks like Nangle over there again. He had a big tackle a moment ago. And the senior Brady Nangle hauls it in at the 42.
Nice interception. That ball hung up in the air a little too long, and it gave Nangle some time to get under it and make a nice reception.
His older brother Chase, a starting corner on that district title team from a couple seasons ago, and Brady with a couple big plays here to start the second half, and the Panthers offense back on the field now. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. All right, Jake Plunkett under center. Deskus is your fullback, and they'll hand it to him with a cutback pushes his way inside the 40 and then some. Look at this. Deskus keeps it moving with help from his buddies, and they finally blow it dead at the 27-yard line. How's that for 13 tough yards for the sophomore Jack Deskus?
Just kept the legs churning.
You know, when he got down there, Brian, everybody on the team on that was there. It looked like the whole team he was carrying. It's an amazing run.
Rugby scrum there with 8 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Connor Kelly wing to the far side. Bradley in the backfield with Deskus. Jordan Alexander tight end to the near side on 1st and 10. From the 27, this is Bradley looking for some running room on the cutback, and he's tripped up right on the 20-yard line, we'll call it. Gain of 7, and sets up second down and short. So the PA announcer has our old roster with Christian Kaufman wearing 30, and he and Bradley traded jerseys early in the season. So Kaufman wearing 40, Bradley wearing 30. Bradley checks out, and Christian DeShields in at halfback now on 2nd down and 3. On 2nd and short, they sweep to this near side. This is Connor Kelly on the cutback. Spins away from 1 man and 2 men, and Connor Kelly wiggles his way to the 13-yard line. First down. Tough run there for Connor Kelly.
Yeah, kept his feet moving and kept twisting out of tackles and got himself an extra 5 to 10 yards.
Down to the 13, they'll mark it. Gain of 7 for Kelly. And a fresh set of downs for the Panthers with 6:49 and counting to go here in quarter number 3. Logan Knobb, tight end to the far side. Jordan Alexander, the near side. Plunkett barks out the signals. 9 in the box. Give inside is to Deskus, who good, hard, low to the ground running will push his way to the 9. Good work there. Picking up 4 yards. And look, I mean, a night like this, everybody would love to have a breakout, highlight reel kind of a play. But these are invaluable minutes here for our less experienced players to get in there and get the tough yards as well. That's what's going to make you better too. Taking just a few at a time here. Deskus, your fullback once again, and they'll give it to Kelly off the right side. A little cutback. We'll push him down near the 5, maybe just a little shy of that. And good stop there by number 26, another senior for the Rams, Marshall Zafiriou. All right, they'll put it down about the 7, turn it to 3rd and about 3 or so. Kelly picks up a couple. Inside of 6 minutes to go now here in regulation. Here in the 3rd, rather. Fast-moving 3rd quarter, 3rd and 3. They give inside, diving near the goal line, and they're going to mark him down first. Ball came out as Jack Deskus hit the ground, but they'll say he was stopped shy of the goal line. Down to the 1-yard line, though, and 1st and goal to go for the Panthers for a gain of 6 for Jack Deskus.
And it'll be a 1st and goal from there.
Impressive drive here from the Panthers, mostly JV squad here.
Yeah, it's nice seeing the JV squad move the ball the way they're moving it.
Zach Arrett's in there at right tackle. 1st and goal to go. Plunkett on the keeper. He'll push his way for inches, but not enough to get the referee's hands in the air. It'll be 2nd and goal now from about the half-yard line. Call it no gain there for Plunkett. And clock ticks. 4:25 and counting to go here in the 3rd. Andrew with an update.
Unionville on the board against Kennett. 17-7 now, 8:36 to play in quarter number 3. A 46-yard touchdown pass.
Okay.
For Brady McLaughlin.
Oh, he is in the lineup.
The reception. McLaughlin with the 46-yard reception.
I didn't expect him to play tonight. Instead, right here, it's Connor Kelly. Jack Deskus, rather. Deskus in from a yard out off the right side. Good block there from Arretz. And Knobb to open the hole. And the Panthers on the board again. Capping a 40-yard scoring drive right there. Deskus punches it in from the 1. And the Panthers on for the extra point here. Matt Steyer ready to kick it. Miller with a good snap. Riley puts it down. And Deskis puts it through. 3:58 to go here in the third quarter. I'll be back in just a moment. Haven all on top all night here on havenfootball.net.
Nagging soft tissue injury, chronic joint pain? Give Rose Tree Wellness Center a call and see Dr. Tom O'Brien for a complete diagnosis and treatment. Dr. O'Brien specializes in active release techniques, ART. ART can deal with many issues, including chronic shoulder, knee, and ankle pain. Rose Tree Wellness Center also offers a complete series of massage therapy as well as general chiropractic care. Don't spend another day in pain. Call 610-789-5555 and make an appointment today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Harriton High School. Panthers on top and adding again here in this third quarter. Brady Nangle's interception set them up at the 40-yard line, and Jack Deskis punches it in from the 1. Panthers leading 49-0. High end-over-end kick. This will be Havey from the 5, and he is slung down. Number 42, Knob, got a hold of him by the shoulder pads, drops him to his back at the 21-yard line. Good work by Knob. And the Panthers defense back on the field here with 3:40 to go here in the third.
A couple of score updates. Upper Moreland leads Wissahickon 21-14 now midway through the third quarter after 3. Marple takes the lead on Pencrest 10-6.
Okay. Marple playing for their playoff lives at this point. A loss there may knock them out entirely unless they got a load of help. A win likely puts them in a solid spot with given their upcoming schedule. And Pencrest, on the other hand, trying to get themselves a possible home game in the first round.
Another quick update. Westchester Henderson takes the lead on Westchester East 12-9.
Okay, tight one over there. The Battle of Westchester over these next couple weeks is always interesting with those three teams. Every one of them has it on their season goal list to win Westchester. That's East, Ruston, and Henderson. Here, Strathaven leading big. Fishbean and the Rams trying to get something going. Firing to the outside, it is incomplete. That's a forward pass in and out of the hands of Ben Krebs. And it brings up second down and 10. As we mentioned, Harriton looking at Upper Darby and Pencrest in each of the next 2 weeks. Go ahead, Andrew. Keep going.
Speaking of Pencrest kicks a field goal, takes the lead on, scores a touchdown, takes the lead on Marple 12-10 early in the fourth quarter.
Didn't get the extra point, though. Okay.
No, they did not.
Wow. That's field goal beats you, and Marple has a kicker, so we'll see. All right, bunch formation to this near side. Krebs in the backfield this time on second down and 10. Motion man is Lockwood. They hand it to him on the jet sweep. Logan Knobb's got him wrapped up momentarily, but again, Lockwood fighting his way as he's done all night. Seems to make that first man miss again and again. So good work there by Lockwood out to the 25 or so. Maybe 26, we'll see. Could have been a loss on the play. Instead, turns it to third and about 5.
Connor Kelly and Derek Bradley in on the stop.
All right, still trying to get that tweet out after the last scoring play. Clock ticking quickly here in this third quarter. 1:10 and counting to go in the third. Harriton looking at third and 5. As Lockwood, 6 carries for 19 yards now. Fishbein with 2 wide receivers on the far side, 3 to his right. Motion man is Havey. They roll this way. Looking to the flat now. Fires back across his body. Intercepted again. This is Nangle one more time. Looking for running room. Weaving his way at the 20. And he's met right there by a host of Ram tacklers. But Brady Nangle grabs his second pick of this third quarter. And the Panthers set up first and 10 at the 20-yard line. on what I think will be the final play of quarter number 3. Well, we'll see. Panthers heading to the huddle here quickly. 15 seconds, 14 seconds. They may decide to snap this and, again, just give the JV kids as many snaps as they can. But what a job by Nangle.
Mangle's had a great quarter. He's had a couple of interceptions, obviously, but he's also made some great tackles. He's been a one-man wrecking crew out there.
It's been a wrecking crew all night for the Silver and Black. We've come to the end of the third. Be back in just a moment for the fourth and final quarter tonight on havenfootball.net.
For your dream home, with over a decade of experience, Jess Mudrick knows the market inside and out. Known for her dedication and personalized service, Jess ensures every client finds their perfect match. From first-time buyers to luxury estates. A partner at the Sheridan Mudrick team and backed by Coldwell Banker Realty, Jess combines expertise with innovation, using the latest technology to make your buying or selling process seamless. For a real estate experience that's second to none, trust Jess Mudrick and the Sheridan Mudrick team. Visit SheridanMudrick.com today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Harriton High School. Strath Haven 49, Harriton nothing. Brian Carroll bringing play-by-play, joined as always by Pete Fulgenetti, Andrew Kaufman, and Mike Mayer. Thanks again to Bill Clancy and our man Dean Michelson down in the stands, bringing you all the action here on the camera. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers, moving left to right here as we start quarter number 4. From the Ram 20, first down gave us to Christian DeShields. On the cutback, he weaves his way down near the 15. Nice cutback there for the sophomore, Christian DeShields. Saw him in the JV game a couple weeks ago against Marple Newtown and had a couple of nice plays in that one. A long touchdown run, a long punt return, and there is some talent at the skill positions for sure for the Panthers in the years ahead. DeShields picks up 4. 2nd and 6 from the Harriton 16-yard line. Connor Kelly wing to the far side. And give inside. This is Deskus, the fullback. Off tackle to the right here. Be shy of first down yardage. Looks like he'll go to about the 12 or so. And nice work by big guy in the middle, number 71, another senior, Warren Mita, on the stop there for the Rams. So again, 10 Ram seniors with a good crowd here tonight to support all those guys. And it's been a tough season with, and again, a big win on opening weekend and not much going well offensively since. All right, keeper here for Jake Plunkett. Looked like a busted play, and Plunkett will do well just to hang on to this one. Lockwood in his lap all the way back at the 18-yard line. So this will turn this to 4th down from the 18. So do you line up for another field goal here? You'd be looking at a 35-yarder. But
I doubt it. I think they'll just run it.
See what they call here. Coach Clancy will send a play in on 4th down and about 8. All right. Kelly, wing to the far side with tight end Logan Knobb in front of him. Alexander to the near side. Quick hitter Deskus on the trap play, looking for room, and he is met there by number 5 in the hole, shy of the first down. Good work by Tyler Dean on the stop there for the Rams. Deskus comes up about 4 yards shy, and the Rams take over on downs.
Well, that's good for the Rams. They finally held the Panthers without a first down. They take over possession. You know, that'll give them a little bit of confidence and just a little bit of results for their hard work.
Indeed. It's been hard work here for the Harriton offense. Just 17 yards of total offense this evening. 2 first downs, none in this second half yet. Thanks mostly to Brady Nangle's 2 interceptions on the first 2 plays since halftime. Looks like you may have some substitutions now. Well, we'll see. I don't know. They may keep everybody in there. Looks like the same personnel for the most part for Harriton. All right. So they break the huddle. Andrew's got an update here after this play. 5 wide receivers. Fishbein in the gun. On 1st and 10 from the 14, Havey goes in motion. They keep it on the ground as John Riley wraps up Fishbein quickly. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 upcoming.
We're into the fourth quarter in Havertown. Ridley has extended their lead 14-0 now.
Okay, Ridley making a statement here tonight, leading Haverford 14-0. And Ridley with Pencrest and Garnet Valley looming on the schedule. They're trying to get a sniff of this Central League title here in a season where Strathaven and Springfield are not on their schedule. So this is a big one tonight for the Raiders, and they're doing the job so far. Here on 2nd down, option look. Pitch goes behind Krebs once again. Scramble for it down near the 5. Krebs does well to cover it, but that option pitch tonight has been trouble.
Yeah, they fumbled that ball more than once tonight. It seems like the guy he's pitching to is so wide. It's a long pitch, and sometimes those are harder to complete. So they got to work on that, I think.
Turns it to 3rd and 20. Back at the 4-yard line, and Panthers are in the neighborhood to recover that as well. But good job by Krebs to track it down. All right, here we go. From his end zone, Fishbein has a snap go through his hands. He's going to be wrapped up and sacked in the end zone for a safety. Number 42, Logan Knobb, will put 2 more on the board for the Panthers with 7 minutes to go here in regulation. And Strathaven extends their lead now to 51-0, and now you've got an injured Harriton player, so this will actually stop the clock momentarily. All right, we're going to take a short timeout with them. Strathaven will get the ball back when we return after Logan Knobb sacking the end zone brings up a safety. Be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
Looking for pre-K childcare with an emphasis on learning? Ducklings Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old within 1 block of Nether Providence Elementary School on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing, educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
6:57 to go here in regulation. Strathaven has extended their lead to 51-0 as the defense puts 2 points on the board. Sophomore Logan Knobb wraps up Fishbein in the end zone for a sack and 2 points for the defense, and the Panthers now 51-0 on top of the Rams here on senior night. Worse yet, the Rams have to punt the ball away now, or kick the ball away to Strathaven from their 20-yard line. So, Kell and Hudson await. I'm sorry, this is Jalen Starr, rather. Starr and Hudson await. High, short punt, and Mudrick signals fair catch and squeezes it at the 46-yard line. Tough catch for Mudrick there, but does well to haul it in. And a short field here. 26 on the punt, no return. And the Rams defense now with the unenviable task of trying to slow down Strathaven once again.
5.5 minutes to play over in Westchester. The Vikings back on top 15-12.
Okay.
The extra point was blocked.
Extra points have been an issue tonight in a few places around District 1. Seems
certainly
to be the
been
case.
an issue in Westchester.
And certainly same story for Pencrest tonight, for Downingtown West, who last we heard was trailing by a point. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 46. Give and sweep to this near side and looking for running room. 1 man misses, 2 man misses. Connor Kelly did well to get any positive yards and then takes a little extra after the play. It'll be 15 yards tacked on to that, and some frustration there from the Rams. And Kelly with a gain of probably 6 or 7, and then they'll put 15 more on the end of it. So Panthers have to stay smart here and not have any kind of retaliation or anything else at this point. Clock ticks, 6:01 and 6 minutes, 5:59 and counting here in regulation. The Panthers just going to march off. They're going to march off. We'll stop the clock here while they march off 15 yards. Okay. Maybe the clock won't stop. Okay. There we go. They just restart it. But a personal foul takes the football down to the 24-yard line after Connor Kelly goes for 7. Kelly is a guy who can make you miss. But, all right, now they'll get everybody reset, start the clock, and Kelly wing to the far side. Christian Kaufman's your fullback. He has some room down near the 22-yard line, maybe, gain of a couple. And again, there's seems to be some chatter after the play, and this will be something that players, coaches, and officials want to get that calmed down pretty quickly here.
Well, I think that Harriton Rams are just a little frustrated with the way the game's going, and sometimes it just gets to you, and you show more emotion than you should, and it costs you.
Panthers 2nd down and 8 now from the 22. Alexander tight end to the far side, Knob to the near side. Plunkett gives to Kaufman one more time, and he is met immediately. Excellent job there coming through the hole and making the stop by the Rams. Looked like, was that 5 again? Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Defensive lineman on the stop there. Still trying to get his number. Was that 56? 46. Couldn't tell who that was. All right, it's 3rd and 7 or so from the 23. Clock ticks, 4:09, 4:08 to go here in the 4th. Panthers trying to melt this clock. Plunkett is dropped in the backfield on the rollout, and he is sacked. Big 71 in on the stop there. Warren Mita back to the 25-yard line and turns it to 4th down and 10 or so. And Matt Steyer would say, I can make this, let's kick it again. But Coach Clancy will run in another play for the offense here and get some extra snaps.
Maybe he wants to make up for his miss.
Well, that's a long shot there. 44-yarder at the end of the first half, just wide after plenty of leg. Here, hard count, blitz coming up the middle, scramble for it in the backfield, and nice job by Connor Kelly to pounce on it. You're going to get a flag for, I believe, holding, and then you're going to get another flag post-play, so let's see. All right, so A-gap blitz there for the Panthers, and just was not handled well. Plunkett was hit immediately, and now you've got all sorts of confusion here. Coach Clancy's frustrated with the execution there, but nice work there by the Rams blitzing and blowing up that play. Haven didn't really have much of a chance of it there.
It appeared both penalties were against Harriton.
I don't know what the first one was in the
course of the play. Could have been a hit to the quarterback's head or something.
I don't know, or face mask maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not sure what didn't see what the first one was, but the second one was a dead ball. Unsportsmanlike. So that'll get marched off and give Strath Haven the 1st down.
All right. Panthers just trying to run out the clock here. Now may have a shot to do just that. From the 12, with 2:14, 2:13 and counting to play here in regulation. Christian Kaufman in the backfield. DeShields wing to the near side. Give is to Kaufman off the left side. Steps away from one man. Leans forward down near the 6 or so. And gain of maybe 4 or 5 for Kaufman. And clock continues to tick. 1:50 to go. So the Panthers just about a minute and a half from moving to 7-1 on the season. Harriton will fall to 1-7. And Strath Haven again, we mentioned earlier, at home next week with Lower Marion, hopefully getting some guys back. Namely, defensive coordinator Jim Connor and our camera guy Mike Clancy. So hopefully you two guys have been watching tonight and enjoyed the Panthers performing well. but we'd love to see you in person next Friday if we can. All right, here we go. On 2nd down and 4, they take a snap, take a knee, and this, folks, should about do it. It'll turn it to 3rd down. Panthers need to snap it 2 more times, maybe. But this, I think once they restart the play clock inside of a minute here, Coach Clancy will say, hey, do that again 1, maybe 2 more times.
Should just need to run one more kneel down. It is 3rd down.
Yeah, so it should be it. 44 seconds, 43 seconds. Panthers are going to break the huddle, and you're right. By the time they reset the football, that, folks, should do it. One more try here for the Panthers. Jake Plunkett under center. Takes a snap, takes a knee, and the Panthers will take their 7th victory of the season back to Wallingford and their home turf next Friday night with Lower Merion. All right, well done by the Silver and Black. Another goose egg on the scoreboard. Defense dominant as usual. Offense effective, efficient, and fast tonight. 51-0. The Silver and Black come out on top. We'll be back in just a moment for a quick wrap-up and a quick preview of next week's action. Glad you joined us live on the archive on havenfootball.net.
This video and audio broadcast is copyrighted by havenfootball.net Incorporated for the private use of our audience. Any other use of these broadcasts or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without a havenfootball.net Incorporated's expressed written permission is prohibited.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Harriton High School. Strath Haven, for the 2nd year in a row, has shut out the Rams. This one 51-0. And now our favorite part of the night, where the team comes back and salutes the band for the playing of the alma mater and then some. But again, thanks again to Nick Peñataro and the band. Always a huge part of the evening, as well as the cheerleaders who joined the party as well here for the playing of the alma mater. It's just, again, a great tradition here that unites everybody involved at the football game each week. So, hey, again, dominant performance there, Pete. They're looking good at the right time here.
Yeah, dominant performance, and those stats for the defense keep rolling up. Another shutout. They're getting primed, but they're going to have some after next week, the Lower Merion game. Then they go to Springfield, and then the playoffs. So let's hope they stay healthy and, get a nice run going here through November.
Cleaned up some turnovers from last week. The Panthers came out on top in that department tonight with 3 interceptions, a fumble recovery, and took care of the ball on their own all evening long. 51-0 tonight for the Panthers, and they'll look to add to the win total next Friday night. George L. King Field for a 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll be on the air at 6:45 as always. Thanks again to Bill Clancy upstairs and Dean Michelson downstairs on the cameras. Great job as always, guys. Mike Mayer doing everything else on havenfootball.net with the engineering, and Andrew Coffin with the stats and the score updates, and of course the halftime chatter between those two guys and our guy Pete Fulgenetti. Great work as always. So, your final score one more time from Harriton. The Panthers move to 7-1. Strath Haven 51, Harriton 0. Be back next Friday night for more football action on havenfootball.net. This is Brian Carroll signing off. Good night, everybody, and great football.
This internet broadcast has been a production of havenfootball.net Incorporated. All rights are reserved. Thanks for watching, and good night.